Hey.
I love our video. Ooh, we're gonna add guys.
Oh,
I was
nice.
like, this is an all girls club, and I like everybody.
I love it.
So we're
That's,
gonna add some people. I'm excited. Cheryl, we have an amazing topic today.
we do.
Go ahead and tell everybody what we're going to talk about. I'm gonna change my headset because it just told me it was low.
I think we decided to talk about what did we decide to talk about? We decided
Hold on one second.
we decided to talk about business, and we're going to talk about business.
That's
um,
hilarious. We decided to talk about so in today's meeting, hi Sophia, we love you. In today's meeting with Nathan, Nathan brought up the grid, right? The XY grid and really talked about money and time and how those things are relative and when you work a business, when you work for a business, it's I worked 40 hours and I got paid this
right,
minus all my taxes.
right.
When you work for yourself, it's I worked all of these hours, but I got paid like here, and you want that grid to cross into each other.
Right.
And so we're talking about at the beginning of when you, I don't know how to do this correctly, when you start, it's low money down here, high hours up here, and
Yeah.
then you get this crossover, and then you get like, an even
Opposite.
maybe 10 hours.
You know, Working for yourself is not easy. It's pretty hard. Actually, I've been doing it now for nearly 8 years. And um, it definitely takes structure and discipline, but it's rewarding because you have the autonomy to budget your time and be responsible for your time. I just hired this weekend a new person for MyCORE, and we had a really large conversation around this, like an hour long, where she had been working for the man, making so much money, but the way they were structuring her time, she said, "You all pay me too much money to micromanage me. Like, if why would you pay me so much if you don't trust me to handle my time right?" She's like, "Cheryl, it means more to me now in this day and age and in this period of my life to have that flexibility and autonomy of working for myself." So she gets coming right in the door that she's going to have to really be focused on her time in, and then the money might not show as much as she was making before. But like you said, in exchanging time for money, it's safe. It's you can count on it. But being working for yourself, it's definitely rewarding, but it's not easy. It's not an easy task at all. But when you start out, you do spend an awful lot of time getting your marketing together, getting people to know who you are and what you do, and you'll make just a little bit of money. But as time goes on, like an amortization table, it will change, or you will be making more money for working less time.
Yeah, exactly. And what is great about that is, a lot of people, once you start making more money, you can actually hire out that time, right? So if you're spending a lot of time on payroll, that's where we come in. We're that back spoke. We've got the payroll, the benefits, the bookkeeping, accounting. We've added marketing.
Yeah.
Because and I love Nathan's point on adding marketing. We want you to succeed as a business, and to do that, that means to get you out and in front of everybody and doing what you need to be doing. But once that income shift happens, and even sometimes it happens before the crossover, right? If we're looking at like that crossover, a lot of times you can start making enough money to where you can just start paying people and your time can come down. And then because you're paying the right people to manage and organize, then that money, that income is going to come in because you have the right people doing it. You're not trying to do something you don't understand. You're not getting jacked up on your taxes because you have an accountant or you have a payroll and bookkeeping people to keep that straight for you.
Right.
And I love that idea of it is really How do we measure where we're going?
Right. And what MyCORE does differently than so many others is that we provide that one point of contact across the different verticals. I mean, usually you have your payroll people, your marketing people, and they don't talk, they don't collaborate, they don't work together. I think that that is really, really important. And having that quarterback, that one point of contact is brilliant. And having everything on one invoice, like that's just neat because we've taken the time to go out and vet. And whom we brought in for marketing, we have a combined 20 years experience. So it's not like we just started marketing. No, we went out and found the best in the business and brought them together in unison, organized by the people advisors that we have, to quarterback the relationships. And we can do everything from building websites, manage social media, to make sure that you show up on Google and various locations. And really, we've actually had a client that, from the moment started working with us, within 20 minutes started receiving phone calls in for their business. So, I mean,
That's
that's
awesome.
huge and brilliant and what we want to see.
Yeah. And that reflects when you put in that time and that effort and you've built a company. For a lot of people, and this is a conversation that a lot of people have, well, I don't have that money to spend. If you hold it and you hoard it, it can't grow. But if you look at it and you say, okay, let me just try this, put your toe
Right.
in the water. What does it look like if I give you $500? And I'm not quoting our pricing. I'm just saying, if I give you $500, can you make that 1,000?
Yeah.
If we gamble all day long, and marketing and payroll, if I give you, $200 a month so you can manage my payroll and I don't have to do 40 hours of payroll in the month because I don't know what I'm doing, how does that work? And where's that shift? And I think it's a great, I think just the example that Nathan was giving today of where does that money come through and how does that work? When you're able to allow people to support your business, promote you, help you grow, and just give you knowledge that you don't have, I think that's phenomenal, and it's priceless.
It
It's
is.
priceless to be able to let go of a little bit of money, see what happens, and trust the people who have a passion for your business, right? Like everybody in MyCORE, we have a passion for businesses surviving and being the best that they can be. I know he wants everybody to have clients lining out the door. That's his goal. Every business should have a waiting list, right? And I know for me, I came into business and entrepreneurship because I have so many people around me who just needed a help getting forward to the next step. And when we can do that, it's amazing, but sometimes that takes a little bit of money.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes a new logo. Talking about marketing, it's a little bit of money to get a new logo, to rebrand, and then rebrand around that.
Yeah. It's also reallocation. You know what I mean? And it's understanding that in life and business, it's more than money, it's time and energy too. Like all three of those things have to be thought of equally. I recently talked to a girl who doesn't work on Fridays because she does bookkeeping. And she thought that our bookkeeping, which starts at $400 a month and probably would have been for her, and she has a very small business, she thought that was a little expensive. And I had to really make her think of it. And I said, okay, so you don't work on Fridays, so you can take care of bookkeeping. She's like, yeah. I'm like, if you did work on Fridays, how many hours would you work? And she said, 5. And I said, okay, how much is your time worth? And it really stopped her in her tracks because she'd never thought about that before. I said, you ask an attorney, they'll answer you quick, $420 an hour, right? We all know how much an attorney costs, depending on where you live. And so she's like, I don't know, Cheryl, I've never thought about that before. I'm like, okay, what's fair? Let's say $100 an hour. She said, sure, $100 an hour. Like, okay, so you're saying a whole Friday where you could work 5 hours, you're working none, so you could make $500. Five
In
times
one Friday.
in one Friday. 5 times 4 is $2,000. And I told you we would offboard it for you. We would handle it all. And you know what? We have professional bookkeepers. Do you know how often our professional bookkeepers find money that wasn't properly recorded? Like, we find so much money for our clients because they are hairdressers doing bookkeeping or car mechanics doing bookkeeping. And our people are top of their game and top of their craft and constantly learning new rules, new laws, new compliances. So it's really awesome. But yeah, once she thought about that, she was like, yeah. I'm like, so you'd actually make 1,600 a month having my core handle your bookkeeping.
Well, not even that. Think about it. I can work one Friday. Sorry, I know the dogs are being loud. I can work one Friday, make $500, pay for somebody to do my bookkeeping, and have 3 Fridays to do nothing but spa day. Why not? I love that idea. And really, yeah, what is it? If you're not taking your time to work on your bookkeeping, your accounting, your marketing, your these things, if that time is not taken out of the equation of when you could be putting this work for your business, yes, but not for income, right? Take that money, take that time, put it into income, and pay somebody to do that for what you need to do. I love that idea, and that reallocation, like you said, is phenomenal. Now, we always talk about a little bit of wellness inside of this conversation, and that's something that when you look at the grid, because that's our conversation, right? Money versus time and energy. We've got you pay for the gym, you pay for your happy juice, you pay for this, you pay for that. But the ability and the physicality of how you're doing, your gym time might not ever lessen because we're getting older and it might grow. But your energy and the space that you can be in is better and more productive.
Right.
So that's something to think about. Cheryl, what are your thoughts on that?
You know, it's all in the same. Whatever you concentrate on grows. Whatever you put your heart and your mind into grows. You said to me today at the top of the meeting that I looked great today. I've been suffering some physical stuff for the past few weeks. I've been suffering in my life and in my business and in my sleep and just all the time. And yes, I do drink happy juice, but I had blood pressure issues and other things that needed actual medication to address. So we have to be able to think of ourselves in all aspects, physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially, mentally. Like, all those things need to be working in unison for a big picture to be created. So you want success in life and business, all those elements have to be addressed.
Yeah,
It
I
can't
love that.
you can't have a bucket full of finances and be not good spiritually or mentally or emotionally. You can't. Or you can't be physically or buff and have everything else falling apart. So you have to be constant in making sure that all the buckets are equal and
Yeah.
doing well.
And I love what you said. So you said, I know what you said, and now I can't. When you were talking, though, you had brought up the point of your happy juice, right? And I think that was the catalyst for you, though.
It
You
was.
took one step, looked at it, and then you were able to actually analyze what is happening. Now I'm taking this, these are the things I'm feeling. And you were able to actually execute that and say, no, this is what's going on. And I
Exactly.
think that's amazing.
Yeah. Gut health is a thing. Fix the gut health, working on the motivation, metabolism, and the mood. Um, I started to realize there was something else just not right. My blood pressure was not good. I was having terrible panic attacks, and none of that was helping me in life and business. So we finally have that in check 2.5 weeks later. But I had to go seek medical attention for that. But yes, those are things that we have to constantly be in balance about.
Awesome. And I love you, Susanna. So we actually, she is working on getting her gut health in check as well. And that is super important. And I know it's been a long road for her. So health is very important. And just that first step, right? Understanding, hey, I'm going to focus on this, I'm going to start here, and then I'm going to grow.
Yeah.
Um, I love that. Cheryl, is there anything that you want to wrap the conversation up with?
I was going to say, if you're interested in anything we've talked about, like what are we doing in business or what the heck is happy juice, we have these little codes right here. Feel free to hit up our codes. We also have in 30 minutes an awesome networking group where women can connect with other women. If you are in business and you think, wow, I really wish my, my circle, my influence would grow, please join us. The link is right on my little QR code right there.
It's right there. When
Where
you
you
go to Cheryl's Bitly.
Yeah, it's right there. So feel free to check those out, and you'll be able to have more information, book a call, order your own happy juice, or join us for the instant connect for women networking in 30 minutes, which I am going to lead. So please
I
join us.
am excited. All right, everybody. Speaking of health, I might not be at that meeting because I am going to go get my last x-ray.
Good.
Yay! All right. Have a great day, everybody. Bitly
Thank you.
codes over here. Get with us. Learn about your gut health. Learn about your business health. Learn about how to use that money to make that graph fit what you want it to be.
That's right.